Okay. So, this was a Bulldog game I only had last night. So, I think it was like 2600 damage, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna leave the camera to do its thing exactly as I did it. I didn't really plan on doing much in the early game here because I'll change the. So they also had a lot of light tanks, a lot of light vehicles that were just going to be all over the place, as well as the 2 artillery pieces. And you know, if you've played light tanks for any reasonable amount of time, you'll be no stranger to getting one shot going 70 k's an hour. So I'm not really planning on slowing down here. I'm sort of looking for opportunities to get in the middle where that AMX 12 ton went. But now you can see that he's sort of killed himself going down here into that F3 area. So we are gonna start seriously considering getting into the middle. Losing the ELC is no big deal. Bulldog's on low health. So we are going to take this opportunity to get rid of him and take the middle at the same time. I only had this game last night, so this is pretty fresh. I wasn't quite sure what the hell happened here, but yeah, he just sort of disappeared into the activated stealth mode. I couldn't see him or spot him from fucking like 300 meters. It's not even 300 meters at the time, which is quite hilarious, but you know, and then he gets spotted, so we're gonna sort him out. As you can see, there's a bit of a problem developing in the middle, so we're gonna basically we're just trying to ambush this super Pershing here. So if he attempts to flank the E5, then we are going to be able to shit on him. But we went for a reload anyway. I'm not too concerned about what's going on in the east because it's encounter, and what happens in the east isn't really going to affect the battle at all. Almost finished reloading here, so yep, we are going to move up. Probably could have done that a little bit earlier, but I think what I'm thinking about mostly is that super Pershing. I don't want him to shoot me. This was also quite lucky that he didn't spot us here, but it is a tier 6, so his view range isn't going to be great. We have max view range. We are also a tier 7 light tank. That's what happens when you queue up in a tier 6 vehicle. Get good. Like, how is that fair? I'm a tier 7 light tank, which are matched as tier 8 tanks. So yeah, not really anything he could do there. I mean, if he was smart at all, he would know that I was still here, because I would have dropped my spot and had a icon similar to this artillery piece up here, so he would have known I was there. So I'm not sure, you know, he just wasn't thinking. So we're gonna unload the rest of our rounds into him. Bit of a shame that we do even take that shot, but whatever, we're not going to need it. So I noticed the T-29 fired, so I went down the middle again. So here I'm not quite sure. Let me just check I'm actually recording. Okay, we are. Anyway. So anyway, we're obviously going to wipe out this Cromwell. Get rid of him. No big deal. with him being acting like a retard and firing on the move like that, Cromwell's have terrible accuracy on the move. So yeah, he probably should have just stopped and aimed that shell. He may have actually killed me if he had just stopped and shot. So you know, whatever. I know I'm 1 kill off a Top Gun here. And we're going to take out this guy. That was a bit of a potato shot. Okay, we get that. We're going to go for the reload. I probably could have gone for the other artillery piece, spotted him, done some damage, and then reloaded, because we're pretty unlikely to get any more damage in this game. So, why am I recording this one? Basically, this one is just to say, again, is to just stress the importance of going to the middle of the map, because as soon as we managed to take this position, they pretty much lost the game. It was a shame that we lost half of our health to the tier 5 light tank, but what are you gonna do when he activates his stealth mode? Yeah, the other thing I could mention is I could have obviously drove around this corner here and just attacked the super Pershing outright. I chose not to. That was really important there as well, because if I had have done that, it would have been pretty much guaranteed that he would have been able to shoot me. And I mean, it was a pretty decisive game. I didn't like clearly affect the outcome at all. All I did was take out some of the light tanks and Hellcat here, and then finish off the super Pershing and pump some rounds on the T-29. I didn't change the outcome of the game, so it's not like this huge, crazy ass master badge. It was only a first class. Don't remember how much spotting I actually did, but if any. But yeah, this whole recording was just to stress the importance of getting into the middle if you are not in a heavy tank. If there is no one else in there, it's especially being top tier. You can do it as second tier. Don't bother if you're bottom tier. But yeah, just getting into the middle here is crazy important. You can get shots on heavy tanks down here if you're losing, and then you can get shots on your enemy tanks hiding on the other side, whichever way you are. Obviously, at the start of the game, just make sure, like I did, I didn't go for it just by default straight away, especially with a magazine that takes 30 seconds to reload. You're going to get there and you're not going to have anything in the magazine. So I just drove around to try and see, what's going on, where everyone's heading, how many of their tanks actually went to the city. When we established that the only tank that went to the middle was the AMX 12 ton, I was probably not going to bother, because I didn't want to lose that much health to him. I mean, I would have won a 1 versus 1, but I didn't want to lose more than half of my health just taking the position. It's not really what I wanted to do this game. You can, that's an option, but he killed himself anyway, and we got it for free. And until that chap activated his stealth mode. So yeah, take the middle, don't YOLO it, and yeah.